ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for tuning in to another wonderful episode of the Mountain Dew Review. Today, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Komatose.
That's me.
We got probably my absolute top 3 favorite guys in Omaha here, not just artist-wise, but people-wise.
Thanks,
So
buddy.
I'm super excited for this episode. It might be a little longer than the rest, so bear with us, but it is going to be a good one, a fun one. Sam has had an interesting career. Old Komatose here has been through the loops on all kinds of things. He's been around for a while. In fact, I'm actually honestly excited because he is the first guest older than me.
Oh man, put me on blast.
Well, I'm young, so that's good. But
Okay.
he's the first one that got a little bit of time on me compared to some of the other ones. So he will reference things that are a bit older than me, maybe a little bit out of my knowledge. But it's all about learning, right?
Right.
So that's going to be the fun part here. He got a better head than my head. Mine's bearded. His is handsome. And I remember the first time I seen this guy perform, and then it was just... So when you bitch about a mask, and he can perform a 30-minute set in that thing, don't cry about shouting with a mask on, alright? You little bitches. You know, I don't want to hear that no more. So enough with the political stuff. We're going to dive right in, Sam.
Okay.
Komatose. Tell me, where are you from? Where you grow up?
Right here, Omaha, Nebraska.
Alright, so again, I think this is, everyone so far grew up here. Not
South
born
Omaha
here,
boy.
but, oh, you're an SOB.
16th and Benton.
A handsome SOB.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
So, what school did you go to then? I'm going to guess South, but I might be wrong.
You're 100% correct.
Alright.
South High.
Graduated?
No.
No?
If you're a true musician, you don't graduate high school.
High school dropout. Rock on. I graduated, but, you know, I can't rub that in.
It's fine. I
became a
got my GED. It's fine. Went to
Good.
college afterwards.
So my next question, Mr. Nostradamus here. Nostradamus.
Yeah.
Nostradamus. See, that's why I don't rap, guys. I'm not good with words.
Me neither.
Fucker. So what you go to college for then?
Graphic art design.
All right. You're not very good at it. Okay, I'm lying. You're really good at it. Obviously, I mean.
Well, I didn't design that one.
No.
This one I did. That one I did not.
Well, you kinda stole it.
Oh yeah, borrow it, lift it. It's fine.
Paid homage.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't actually draw that though.
Oh, well, that's good.
So I hired someone to do that one.
It's still his.
It is. It's still mine.
You hired somebody to steal somebody else's shit?
Well, no. Do you know who Killator is of Corpse Circus?
I do not.
Okay, well, he was doing like he would take any of the Joker's cards.
And turn
then
him into.
however you wanted to flip it, he would flip it. He showed like a bunch of
Oh,
different
okay.
versions, and I was like, well, shit, I want
Okay.
Komatose one. This is CTV on it. So he's like, all right, I got you. 2 days later, he came back with it. So I was like, fucking sweet.
I like it. I always wondered how this one came about. This is actually my most recent Komatose shirt. Bought on my birthday concert of Cody Manson, which was an awesome set. A nice visual set.
Thank you.
Like that was. See, again, back to Mr. Gates. Every time somebody performs live, it's a different type of set. It makes you get engaged. Every time I've seen Komatose perform, it has been 100% different. Even when this man performed in my backyard and called me out for every song I made him sing, it was a different. And I get to take credit for having him throw one of those songs he's never performed into a live set. So I'm proud of that one.
Yep.
But so going back to your graphic arts and designs. You worked at the hospital,
Yeah, I did.
and
As of last week.
were you a graphic arts and designer for the hospital?
No, I worked in radiology.
Okay.
I worked in radiology.
So you're not really working with your college degree.
No.
No.
There's
That's
a great
like most people.
there's a great dichotomy of I was once dating the lead graphic designer of the entire Pomida Corporation. And I was working at Blue Cross Blue Shield at the time. I was making $3 an hour more.
Pomida is the super small town Walmarts, guys, if you didn't know what Pomida was.
I was making more money than her at Blue Cross Blue Shield, not doing graphic art design, as she was the corporate lead for the entire Pomida.
That's insane.
So I was like, yeah, this
Might not pay too well.
is a worthless degree.
And there's quite a few of them guys. Please do not mislead yourself thinking that college degrees go anywhere.
No, and my graphic art and design teacher was like, the money to be made is in freelance. So, and it's
Yep.
true.
And
It really is. It's true.
I mean, I went to trade. I'm part of a union, but I'll tell you, when I do work on my own, is always the best.
For sure.
You know, and it feeds your family. You know, you got to learn something that you can always fall back on that'll feed your family. That's not just flipping burgers.
And if you flip burgers, that's cool too, because burgers are delicious.
And especially when they're from Danny's Bar and Grill, because I really like them, and I like their potatoes.
Shout outs.
Half price Monday dinners. They got like 17 choices of potatoes, 72nd Blondo, free advertisement. I love that place. So Komatose, how'd you get started into music then? If you're into graphic arts,
Let's wind the clock way back, way
time travel.
back. So in high school, my freshman. Well, actually, no. Let's go back to fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
Probably 1989, guys.
I might not be far from the truth.
Holy shit.
In fifth grade, I used to take DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince songs, and I would write them out. And then I would take out certain phrases, certain words, certain places, and put them in with my names, my friends, places in Omaha, and rap those.
Yep.
And back then, I was in a crew with 3 other kids. My name back then was Slick S.
Fifth grade crew, bro.
Yeah, he had Double D, Special L, and I don't remember the other kid's name. He was black, black short kid. I know his real name was Roderick. That's all I remember. But yeah, we were a rap crew back in fifth grade.
Nice.
But then, I mean, the first time I ever like actually recorded anything, I was in sophomore year. Kid I was working with, Chris Shue. Chris Shue, if you're watching, shout outs. I was writing lyrics. He's like, "What do you write?" And I was like, "Oh, just some shit." And my shit's always been dark. Like ever since I heard Nightmare on My Street, I've always incorporated horror movies and shit.
By the way, if you guys didn't pre-order the Uglier and missed out on that, you guys suck. It is. I finally spoiled it. I have kept that secret since I bought that CD. And if you're watching this, you get that little bit of spoiler. Sorry, Komatose.
It's fine. It's fine.
I think the wait's been long enough for me to
It's
tell
been
them.
since January.
Tell them that they sucked on missing out on one of the greatest remakes of all time. Beat out Tony Hawk, so take that credit.
Yeah. But anyways, sophomore year, dude was checking out what I was writing, and he's like, "Well, I can record you." I was like, "You make tapes?" He's like, "Yeah."
Actual tapes too, guys.
Yeah, not. I've heard all these people on your show talk about tapes,
Yeah.
and I laugh, and I'm like, "Y'all ain't dropping tapes. Y'all are dropping files, calling them tapes." I had an actual rewind tape that you put in a cassette player.
Hey, this is how you rewound it.
Yeah, if your cassette player broke, you could put it in a pencil and swing it around or rewind it. But yeah, he had a karaoke machine. Did not have a microphone. He had an old handheld set handphone.
Ah.
He took the bottom part out,
And just
wired it into the karaoke machine, and we held the bottom of the phone rapping.
Nice.
First time I think I was 16, 17.
I almost got excited hoping you were going to tell me it was a Talk Boy.
No, wasn't a Talk Boy.
I could just picture young Komatose rapping into a Talk Boy, slow playing it back, first auto-tune dropping.
Nah, how old would I have been when Home Alone 2 came out? I'd probably been 20, somewhere around there maybe. I'm just guessing. I have no idea when that movie came out.
92.
Okay, never mind. I was 13. Okay.
Because I like.
Yeah, they were out.
I like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Maybe 94, somewhere around there. It wasn't very old.
No,
I mean, I wasn't a teenager by any means. I know that.
just a phone and a karaoke.
Because I was jealous my brother got. So then, okay, recording on actual mic. So when was your first professional recording?
I've never had a professional record.
Well, so
I
clearly,
made everything myself.
clearly, if you listen to his music, you can tell.
Actually, it's not true. I went to Rainbow Studios once in my life.
Okay.
That was with Mike Fantastic and Arson Train. We went to Rainbow Studios.
Mike fucking Fantastic Man.
Fantastic Man. He's handsome. More handsome than me.
He is too. And when you see him, kiss him.
That was a waste of money that I learned. The guy, Jace, if you're watching, you suck at mixing and mastering.
Oh, fuck.
Gonna call you out right now because I played your mix and master versus my mix and master that I recorded at home, and like 7 out of 10 people picked my mix and master over yours. So, yeah.
Placebo effect.
Yeah, it was a blind taste test. I'm like, which one of these two versions sound different or sound better?
Which one's Coke and Pepsi? Well, neither one went up my nose, so they're all cola.
There you go. See, that's bad. Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. That's how you don't ever become. Well, I mean, you can do drugs, do them in moderation, and put other shit forward like your rent, bills, and kids. Please, don't go out on tangents where you're not gonna come back. I don't support that, but I mean, if you're gonna do drugs, do them responsibly. Not vegan.
That's fine.
So, okay, let me flip the question a little better. Instead of asking when you first got ripped off, I'm gonna ask, when did you first record it on professional style equipment that wasn't a microphone attached to a karaoke machine? Where you actually had a master,
Okay.
not a bootleg tape.
CD then? What'd you say?
Well, I mean, you could have master for cassettes, but
You could. I bought a digital audio workstation when I was 21, 22. It was an $800 Boss BR8. Had 64 tracks on it.
that's probably like $3,200 nowadays from.
No, I mean, yeah, probably. Because
You know,
$800 in 2000, yeah, just do the math. 21 years. of
Only
inflation.
difference is gas prices.
For sure. But yeah, that was the first thing I bought. I had a zip drive and virtual digital tracks, and built-in effects board.
And just so you know, this is for you younger generation. This is before the internet really started popping and started getting big.
Everything was Yahoo, GeoCities, and Angel Fire.
You know, that I always chuckle because Komatose got a song about hitting a chick up on AIM.
That's my era, bro.
Ageism well.
That's my era.
I don't think you're supposed to laugh during that song, but I sure think.
It's fine.
So this is why you can't reference technology in songs, because it definitely dates it.
Channel name, plan to maim, invite her to my domain.
See, he even knows.
Yeah.
So you bought your first actual professional equipment.
Yes.
And,
Bought a drum machine, sampler, and the BR8.
all right.
Digital.
And so for people that may not know, is this when Cryptic started forming? Or?
Cryptic was just right before that because
Okay.
actually before that we were recording the bootleg karaoke style shit on tapes, and I'd record my stuff, mail the tape to New York. John would do his stuff, mail the tape back, and then I would take that and put it on one tape. So there's like 4 generations of hiss already, because record,
Yep.
and then record, and then we were called Asylum at the time. We had a third member. That guy was stealing people's money. He told a bunch of lies, so we kicked him to the side. I was like, we really need to step this up. So John bought a BR8. I bought a BR8. So that way we just take our zip drives and send the zip drives back and forth. So yeah, it was digital. We were collaborating on the internet before collabing on the internet was a thing. We were mailing them back and forth.
When I say the myth, the man, the legend, I don't lie when I talk about Komatose.
Thanks, bud.
So, and if you don't know the meme, it's hashtag Sam's the fucking man. So you learn it, love it, live it.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
So then, when did you first start getting into your kind of darker part of what you call the SKR years? And for audiences that don't know, that's an independent record label called Serial Killer Records, and they have some independent hardcore artists, and Komatose was a part of it.
I was. I was doing Cutthroat for a while, and the last record I did on Cutthroat was Among the Dead, which was Creepy X, Ruckus, and myself as a trio.
Which is on Spotify, by the way.
It is, because people were asking for it. I'm like, fuck it.
and
Yeah.
I've been digging the shit out of it because older Sam is very interesting.
Thank you.
Very interesting.
Thank you. And then the problem with that is that's when like everyone was doing AIM share filing. Not even Napster. Napster wasn't even a thing yet. People were just sending records to each other on AIM. And-
AOL Instant Messenger.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm old. AOL Instant Messenger. So like I back in the day you press up 200 copies. That's like the bare minimum you can do. So I'd sell 50, 60, 70 copies. And then I'd have people send me messages like, "Oh, Among the Dead's great. You guys gonna do another record?" And I'm like,
When these are sold.
I don't remember sending you a record. I don't remember sending you a record. I don't remember sending you a record.
Oh, you're getting pirated.
Oh yeah, big time. And I'm like, fuck this. I don't want to do this anymore because it costs me money I don't have to make these records for you to buy.
That's why it's very important to buy records. And when Komatose drops Greasy Strangler and says name your price, and he puts it on Facebook and says free, that does not mean free. That means name your price. Pay the man. The shit ain't, just because it's not a physical still don't mean his time ain't worth it.
I mean, whatever you want to do, it's fine. I put it up there.
Everything's fine.
I put
It's
it up
fine.
there as name your price because truly, if you want it for free, cool. If you don't, I will put the dollar price tag up there. So, yeah. So basically, people were bootlegging my shit too much, so I quit. And SKR Razakel, she was their most popular artist.
Yep.
She's got me tattooed on her forearm,
Ooh.
and she was all like, "Why aren't you making records no more?" I mean, I'm just tired of the game and blah blah blah. It's like, why don't you come to SKR? It's like, well, what are you guys going to do for me that I can't do? Oh, we'll press your records up for you. We'll mix, we'll master. We'll get you on tours. If you need help funding videos, we'll do that. I was like, fuck it. It's not on my dime.
Yeah.
And that's the
Okay,
thing that was
cool.
stopping me from doing it. Fucking let's go. So that's how I got an SKR. I was invited on by Rezakel.
Nice. Then you were there for a while.
5 or 6 years.
Yep.
Somewhere around there.
You had a couple albums come out on there.
Yep.
In fact, one of them you remade,
Yes.
which kind of, it was my favorite album to begin with, and then all of a sudden it disappeared, and I couldn't figure out why it disappeared.
I can tell you.
And if you don't know Comatose, sometimes the some bitch is a little secretive about shit, and when it does that, it kind of holds it in, and even I don't get information out of him and have to wait for the surprise. And so, once he re-dropped The Uglier, and it come out as the way it did, I was not unhappy about it.
Well, good. I'm glad I didn't George Lucas my own shit.
You did, but you did it the way he meant to do it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Because George Lucas didn't mean to do any harm to his film. He thought it was going to make it better, but the problem is he didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
I mean, that's up for debate, but this isn't Star Wars talk. We could get into that, but we're not gonna.
Oh, I already know.
I
If
disagree.
somebody watches kids Star Wars, it calls it canon, so we're not even diving into that one. Children's show.
Dave Filoni is God.
I believe I once quoted something to you from a child's movie, and you looked at me and said, "I'm a fucking adult, Adam." I don't know that. So I'm
True
sorry.
story.
When you quote Clone Wars, the cartoons to me, I'm sorry, Komatose, I'm a fucking adult.
Okay. Fair enough.
And that's the only time in life you'll hear me say I'm an adult, because I'm a big kid.
I'm about to say Mandalorian's got shit from Clone Wars in it, and Mandalorian's the greatest thing to happen. So, meh.
You know, it's fine. Everything's fine.
It is fine. It's super fine.
So, when you left SKR and went back to Cutthroat, what was your thing behind that? Without getting too political and too cutthroat.
Well, I can't say the reason unless we're gonna get political and cutthroat.
I mean, you know,
let's just
basically
say,
you got screwed over.
no,
No?
not
Okay.
at all. Other people left SKR because they weren't getting paid. I was getting paid. I left for personal reasons, just because I found out the way the label heads were in real life.
Oh, nice.
The way they are and the way they portray themselves online is completely different than the way they are in person.
sorry guys, I'm not as cool in real life as I am on Facebook and YouTube and the interwebs.
I think you're pretty cool.
Well, you might be. Okay.
I'm not biased in any way, shape, or form.
Don't make me blush, but it's the fucking mustache.
That's what it was, actually.
You know. Oh, speaking of mustache, Mr. Komatose here got to film the wonderful first long part of a video I've ever done, and it was fun.
I did.
And awesome and sensuous. So if you've yet to see that, you definitely should. Sam is a master at the editing. I'm kind of interested to see what he did with the extra footage. I mean, I know what I'd be doing with it.
I deleted it.
I'd keep it. It'd be in my masturbatorium.
That's cool. Different strokes, different folks.
You know.
No,
I can't do different strokes right now.
Did you try your feet?
My legs don't bend that way, and when you're on, see, they call me the Mountain Jew, but everybody's disappointed when they find out it's only a 3.5-inch climb.
Wah, wah, wah. The old joke. Haven't heard that one at all.
Nope, that one was new. So, you like to drop holiday singles?
Kinda.
Sort of.
2020 was boring.
I was just gonna say, were you bored, or was that just something you kind of planned?
No, honestly, I was
Just happened that way.
bored, and the hot ticket item is for people to drop singles, so fuck it. Was just singles in 2020, and I'm still kind of doing them. But after my last poll, people were like, "Fuck those singles." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck those singles."
Who said that?
My fandom. Like,
2 people?
no.
Everybody complained about you doing singles because they want a
Yes.
whole album because they need a concept out of you.
That's what
See,
they want.
we don't want. See, had you. So what people don't understand is in 2021 you did give us an album and a new album, and I don't care if they call it a remake or not because
I
it
did.
was new.
I really did.
It wasn't the same. You go and look at the track listings. There's a song missing, and if you didn't buy the pre-order, that's you. That's your fault. Learn how to support.
I mean, I always make pre-order spicy. I always add extra shit.
There's a reason to do
It's the same price that you're gonna pay if you don't pre-order, and you usually get hooked up with something.
And it's just
That's just
stokes-
marketing. That's all it is.
Plus it stokes the artist. It helps them figure a little bit of numbers in their heads. You know, and trust me, if an artist hits enough pre-orders, they're gonna start doing merch giveaways and bundles and stuff like that. I've seen it.
I mean,
It's not a lie, because once they know they've hit what they've put into it, they're happy. And who doesn't like a happy artist?
There's science. There's a method behind the madness.
You know, there's a reason I pay a little more than name your price.
Appreciate that.
And I'm not a rich man, guys. Please do not think I'm made out of money. Again, I quit drinking, so I have a couple $100 extra a week that I was spending on alcohol that I could be saving. I could be, but when I die, I can't take it with me. And no, I'm not going to spoil my kids. They need to learn how to earn some stuff, because if you don't learn how to earn it, some people turn out bad, some turn out good. My opinion is my kids are going to have to earn what they want, and I'll help them.
Makes
But
sense.
I can't take it with me, and I need something to keep me from drinking, and you guys do a wonderful job at it. Even if you drink, you still don't encourage me to drink, and I appreciate that. Nor do you look down upon me for not drinking, and that's awesome.
That's silly.
You know, you don't talk shit about it, you encourage it, and it's cool. That's why I love you guys.
Well, thank you.
And again, if any of you guys like my support, this man will tell you. One reason why I quit drinking, not the complete reason, I made a complete drunk ass of myself the very first night I ever met Komatose at the Evil Squad CD release party. I had annoyed a lot of people. I remember a couple artists had told me to leave them alone because I was drunk and annoyed. And I just got done doing a side job, had like $900 cash in my pocket, come in drunk as shit with my nephew, spent $100 at the bar. I mean, I bought everybody's merch, and I mean everybody's. Come up to Sam, and I dropped like $300 at his table, buying everything. And this is after he indulged me for 20 minutes of me trying to argue with him about what genre his music belongs into. A drunk person arguing with him. And I don't mean just drunk, I mean I had a shitty, sloppy, dumb, retarded drunk that night. I remember it. And Sam put up with it, because Sam's a good guy. Komatose is a good dude. So I dropped a bunch of merch on him, and he showed me love that night and introduced me to Mike Fantastic. Told me, well, this ain't horrorcore, so you probably won't like it. You probably think it's whack. And now I got Mike and Morgan tattooed above my ass.
That he does.
And every one of you guys get love from me. And you get a podcast. We have a podcast. We have a gold record. And it's all thanks to Komatose. Because he indulged and made good music and spoiled me. And, you know, Zach Surreal and Justin Strawstone and Devin and Big Dog and AP are probably the reason why 90% of these artists know me. Lyrical Front, I know them from Black Market Warriors. And I know Microphone Elements from Black Market Warriors. And then I about died of shock when I found out Microphone Elements might happen to be in this room.
Yeah. It's true.
You know, and it's surprising because I'm one of them guys that are kind of tone deaf and sometimes think other people sound like other people. And I thought, damn, this dude's just trying to sound like Sam. But I didn't know Komatose.
No.
I'm not one of them guys that dig into the internet and start, I need to find out every little tidbit of information I can about this guy because I really don't want to know, because sometimes you find out people you like just suck. And that breaks your heart.
It does.
So I don't like to get my heart broke that way, and I'd rather just support the person I know through their art, not the person I know through the internet. And that's a good lesson to learn too.
It is.
You know. But with Sam, if you listen to his music, this dude has like 7,000 million inspirations in his music. This dude puts in soul, he puts in classic rock, he puts in old school hip hop, old school rap, new school sounds. What's some of your big inspirations when you first started?
Music wise, or just like
both.
In general?
Both.
Music wise, you know, I've said this 1.5 million times. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. That was the first tape I ever got. Got that when I was 7, I think, for my 7th birthday. It's my first record I ever owned, and spun that tape till the wheels fell off. And I just progressed into other
Literally,
stuff.
that tape does got wheels too, bro.
Spin.
Just so you younger cats don't know.
Yep, and then that just spiraled into Young MC, Kid and Play, and then my uncle, who listens to a lot of rock stuff, had an Eazy-E tape.
Ah, nice.
And he played that around me, and I thought that was the most dangerous music on the planet. Like, I thought, how are people allowed to say this on music? So I thought Eazy-E was just like next level, and I thought that was like the coolest shit in the world. So just spiraled into other stuff and just kept going, and I've been musically influenced by rap, but my mom, when I was growing up, listened to a lot of old 70s, 60s soul music. My dad was super heavy into the Doors, Def Leppard, and shit like that. But my shit,
you do
my
a
shit
lot
was
of
rap.
guitar riffs and stuff in there.
Kinda. I mean, sometimes it calls for it.
Well, even when you do other people's music, because I know you mix and do other people's music and a lot of other people's music in town. I mean, your fingers have been into a lot of people's music here.
A lot of pies.
And a lot of people you guys wouldn't even think of, because it's just when you think of Komatose, you think stab, 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 slice, 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 you know. But he is so musically talented, and just it's amazing.
Thank you. But yeah, I mean, those are my influences, and then just for my music writing stuff, mostly the news. That's about it. Like lately, the news has been inspiring me to write.
You definitely have 2 really good songs that I can pinpoint exactly that are off the news. One of they actually are local too, which are sad. We got West Roads, 101.
110 California.
Yep, 110 California. I always want to say 101 California, but it's 110 California.
Yeah, which is about the Von Mars shooting. And it puts you in the place of the kid who did it, and I wasn't trying to sensationalize. I was trying to make you understand what could push someone to do something like that.
At no point in time do you feel that song's glorified.
Right, and I never said his name once. In
Nope.
The entire thing.
Nope.
It's
And,
just-
and you even say he's gonna not, everybody's gonna know my name, and you never mention it. And that's the one thing that I've always,
Yep.
when I first heard the song, I thought, holy sh... Because when I first heard your music and I bought all your CDs, I really didn't get an explanation behind none of it. And again, I love you local guys, and sometimes I wish you would just spend a little time being nice to us real fanboys and put just a little tidbits in there on some of them songs so that we're just like,
I mean, that's what you were here for, though. You can just send me a message. Hey, what's this song about?
yeah, but then
I do that at least
and so I totally thought
one or
old
two times a
old
week.
Komatose was going to get annoyed with all my direct messages and DMs and whatnot and hey not, and next thing you know, he's performing at my 13th wedding anniversary, renewing of the wedding vows, because
right back there.
in my backyard, because he's an awesome guy.
First show I ever rocked was a yard party.
Was really he really shows the seed and love. So let's talk about showing seed and love and your live from Studio C you were doing,
Yeah.
because to me, I've known you for about 5 years now, and to me, during Studio C, next to an artist, really showed me you as a community leader. You pulled together a bunch of things when nothing was happening. A lot of people were charging for live stream. You did it all free of charge. You provided a lot of artists that, even if shows were still going on and everything was normal, wouldn't have necessarily been able to showcase something. I mean, I wish I had a list on me right now, but there's probably 15 artists from the 2 seasons, 3 seasons, or whatever it was, of Studio C, that I probably caught their name on a flyer, and I might have been outside for a smoke break during their set because I didn't know nothing about them.
Right.
Johnny Bliss, Kid Corduroy, Mr. Gates. I mean, add a bit, Cutmaster Scott. Like, you just young and greedy, and I mean, they're just different genres, different stuff, just different acts, and you brought them into your home and welcomed them,
Yeah.
and allowed them to showcase their talent on your dime.
Yeah. It was.
And I just want to know, what was your inspiration behind it? Why would you? I mean, why? What kind of inspired you to do that?
So, you know what Straw Stone says, right?
Treat people decent.
And do cool shit.
Do cool shit.
That came from me. Do cool shit. I've been about doing cool shit with people for the longest time, ever since Surreal, long time ago.
7 Ways to Surreal. Remember the couple episodes back when I said that?
Every
artist here has been connected to Surreal within 7 questions.
Surreal is direct.
Well, I know,
direct.
but I mean, like, I can ask anybody in this town 7 questions and get to Surreal. He's our 7 Ways to Kevin Bacon, 7 Ways to Surreal, and guaranteed.
I feel it. Surreal is the first person who ever reached out and did something for me. He put some records I was putting out back when Cutthroat first started in his shop, when he had his shop on Things on Maple. He reached out to a promoter who was putting on ABK's very first Road Fools tour way back when, and said, you should talk to Sam. Put him on the show. This is where he belongs. He's the first person to ever be like, hey, let's do a song for Christmas together. You want to do a horrorcore Christmas song? Fuck yeah, I do, and we're going to put it on the radio. We are? Yeah, we are.
That is...
Just don't cuss. I said, okay, let's do that. Surreal has, and I lead, or I follow by people who inspire me. And I want everyone was bored, stuck at home, no way to do shows. I was bored, stuck at home, no way to do shows. I have grown my internet presence organically. I've never paid for a like. I've never paid for any type of streaming service. Everything is.
You guys are going to start paying me, I'm telling you.
Everything's organic. People who,
it is.
So I had a reach of over 5,000 people on my Facebook page, and I'm just like, fuck it. Let's just have everyone come to my house, and I'll turn on as many people as I can to all the people I've met in the scene, and the people that I
Bones, Brad Sabbath. I mean, yeah.
yes, people that I see different things in. Like
Finch, Gavin.
if you
know?
if you notice the people that came on to my show, they weren't cookie cutter people.
No,
They weren't people trying to be somebody else. They were their own.
That's why I distinctly said everyone was different.
Yeah, everyone had their own swag, their own thing going on.
There was a couple that kind of are like your style, but there was a lot that were nowhere near you, and it was so cool to see you do that. Like, I just thought that was just awesome, and I tuned into everyone, and I've watched them. Somebody told me to stay off their YouTube page the other day. Yeah. I can't help it. When I have other local artists here, I usually go when I really want to showcase somebody that they never heard of that specifically is on Live from Studio C. I usually pull up their Live from Studio C because most of them guys, that was some of your guys' best performances because there was no crowd pressure, but you still wanted to give it your all. And 90% of them guys killed it. Killed it.
Yeah. It's just, I just wanted to give back. I'm one of the few types of dude who cheers everybody on, whether if it's publicly or behind the scenes. I don't talk bad about nobody. I wish everybody success. You see, whatever Surreal posts daily is always in my head. I'm like, yeah, I agree. Same thing.
On that, when you say you want to give something back, honestly, for me, I feel I owe you a lot. And I want to give back to you. So I went and Chicken Boy, Foul Uprising, shout out.
I also help Kevin make movies.
He makes movies. He's a voice actor. I commissioned this before my accident, and I went and got this done, bought and paid for it. And I just want to give you something as a token of my appreciation just to you for what you do for the scene. Just as I got spoiled with that, I kind of want to spoil you with something.
Okay.
And,
oh, a white cloth? Look at this white cloth! This is fucking rad! Am I supposed to take it off?
But this is the